We rolling?
Yep.
Here we go, I guess.
Guys, Timon's back.
Yes,
And also, it's April.
that's right.
So don't say we didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Timon's back, and Timon and I have been spending a lot of time together. I heard inklings of a story that happened to Timon a year ago, and I can't believe he's never brought up on the podcast. So Timon, it's showtime.
Thank you. I'm going to do my best to remember this. I'd kind of forgotten about it until you brought it up, but probably a year ago, I'm guessing it was after choir or something. It's like the McDonald's right
So
by
you
MNU.
know kind of the vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Post-choir.
Post-choir vibe. me and Zach.
It's a little looser.
But there's a McDonald's right by MNU. So we went there, we were hanging out, and
Yeah,
this
that's like my childhood McDonald's.
Oh, you love
Oh,
that
yeah.
McDonald's.
Oh,
Santa Fe?
yeah. 130. Yeah, we're talking Merlin,
Yeah.
Santa Fe.
Oh, yeah.
They used to put Santa Clauses on top of the roof for decoration. Oh, yeah. Great
Play
time.
place? In its
I don't know
heyday,
if
maybe?
it ever had a play place.
Wow.
Nope. And then they did build one when I was like 12 over closer to us. So we don't, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So this older gentleman who seemed not well off in life. I think we like gathered. This guy's probably just like fully homeless or just like
Fully homeless.
I don't know what I mean by that.
Fully homeless.
I thought you were trying to like glam it up a little bit. Like, I don't want to.
I
He
mean,
seemed
that dude-
somewhat impoverished.
that dude's not even kind of.
I mean, I don't even know if he's got like soup kitchens on rotation. I mean, the mental health problems this guy, I can't even imagine.
Can we break down like the tiers of homelessness to you, Timon?
I don't know, man.
It's early, man.
He just
full on,
sure. I
full
think
on unhoused?
just or like definitely either like maybe he does have a home, but like once he's under the influence of some other stuff, he's kind of fully homeless by then.
Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
But he
Fully
comes
homeless.
up and he just kind of like stands over our table, like me and Zach are just like chilling, and we're just like, "Hey, sir." He's like, "Can I interest anyone? Are you guys interested in buying like a 30-foot anaconda?" I got a 30-foot anaconda that I like caught. Do you guys want to buy it? And then we're just like, "What?" Like
Really?
like I don't.
You gotta
We were just
see
so
it.
confused. I'm sure there was like several seconds of just like shock of like, what? What are you? Are we not hearing you? But he like he kept bringing it up too. I think we ended up. This was like the main thing I remember. I don't remember a lot of details, but I remember like we were talking to him for probably 30 minutes.
What?
He was
30
talking to us,
1 minute
and we
for
were
each
like
foot.
politely entertaining him. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it was a wild
Wait,
experience.
did you say
Like,
minute per foot?
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
So the wording that Zach told me that he remembered was that he came up to you guys and said, "Hey, I don't know if you heard, but I'm buying an anaconda in an hour."
wow.
But you're saying he
I don't
already
know if
owned the
you've heard.
this is what I think.
I'm sure the other fully homeless people have told you.
I think I would trust Zach's memory more than mine. So that's probably what he said. But what I remember is he like wanted to like sell it. Like I thought he had one.
You're probably right. And either way, I think it's clear, fully homeless.
Fully, yeah, not a chance of a home.
Like, didn't have any
all.
belongings. If he did, they were on him. Shopping cart?
No, at least he didn't bring it in. I don't know.
Well, that's nice of him.
30 foot.
30 feet.
That, I mean,
I don't know what I was going to say.
we're just like trying to find a way to break.
All right. Punchline
Punchline,
before the
punchline.
intro. So 30 feet.
30 foot. It's almost a first down.
10 yeah.
Hey.
It's April.
Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning with Jake and Timon, Ghostrunners podcast. I do want to talk about how you verify if an anaconda is 30 feet long. Like you
Good
buy this
question.
anaconda, that thing's only, you're like, that looks like it's 26, 27 feet. Like, do you think somebody would be like, well, you figure it out yourself?
Yeah, because if it's all the way stretched out, you're already dead.
Dude, think about a 30-foot anaconda I don't know how. I mean, that's not this wall to that wall back there is less than 30 feet.
It's like 5 of these desks.
Yeah, that's
I
one
don't
way.
even think they grow that big in America. They have to be in the Amazon.
I don't know if you heard, but he's going to the Amazon.
As long as it's downhill, a cart can make it. Yeah, that's a good point, though.
So you guys just entertained this whole anaconda talk.
I can't remember what all we talked about, but like I think he was going on like I couldn't tell which of what he was saying was true. I mean, it was just all kinds of stuff like about his family, about like all these ways, like all these occupations he's had. I think he had been a doctor at some point. He had been, I mean, just all this stuff, and he also looked like he might be Santa Claus, from what I remember. Like, so
he
that's
used to be
maybe
on the
what
roof.
he would.
Yeah, maybe.
He lives
true.
on the roof.
He's no longer employed like by McDonald's. They're not doing the same decorations.
That's part of growing up, though. Every young man needs to just like sit and visit with a homeless man at McDonald's at midnight. I've done it. I've done Taco Bell's.
Yeah.
I did a bus stop once. Just part of it.
Just part of it. Two stories. First of all, it reminds me of the Packers.
Oh yeah,
Classic story. And
that
I
was
know
in
we've
the
told about
daytime
it.
too.
Yeah, we've talked about it plenty on the podcast in the past, but Packers. I wonder do you know that story, Timon? Can you remember that one?
I remember that word, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember the context.
Essentially, long story short, one of our youth group kids, like,
It's Isaac's older brother.
Oh, cool.
but it wasn't Isaac that had the shirt. It was Clayton.
Oh, was it? I was thinking it was Eli.
Eli was there.
Okay.
Clayton had this shirt on that looked like Sprite, but it said like Holy Spirit or whatever, whatever. But Sprite, green and yellow, same colors as the Packers. So this guy just came up behind Clayton and just like started like tickling both of his sides and going, "Hey, Packers!" And this is when Eli really quickly intervened and was just like, "Hey, sir, we're just gonna keep our hands to ourselves."
Let's not.
Like was so calmly, like it was like he was ready for this to happen.
Yeah,
the
he
whole
was
time.
17 years old, but he was lifeguard trained, and
Yeah.
it showed.
Sir, we're just gonna keep
Sir.
our hands to ourselves.
It's 11 a.m. at McDonald's. Packers.
That's awesome.
And so that's just a great inside joke. Really, like, if you want funny stories to come from your life, just hang out with either Eli or Isaac McDonald. And
Or
like,
McDonald's.
or at McDonald's. Yeah. I was sitting at a McDonald's either yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember. And just doing some work, which is like one of those things where, like, if you're annoyed with other people at McDonald's when you're on your own laptop doing work, it's like maybe it's your own fault for being at McDonald's trying to do work.
Go to library.
It's like, yeah, maybe just don't have too high of expectations in this place. But the worker there was a woman who seemed like she was like a manager or something. I don't really understand. But I could tell she had like enough credentials to not have to be like in the actual kitchen working. She thought that this was the most interesting thing in the world. And I was like, ma'am, just chill out a little bit. She called, like, apparently the story is this. This other guy from another McDonald's location called them and said, "Hey, do you guys have ketchup? We're all out of ketchup." "Yeah, we have ketchup packets. Come on over." She's I heard this story 15 different times. Her tell all this story.
She's telling it to her employees or to
Telling to her
anyone who
employees,
listens?
calling people about it, because this guy on the way over at 11:45, he called it 11:45. On the way over, he texted and said, "Hey, I'm going to be a little bit late. I got pulled over." And that was at 11:45 that he called, and it was 12:20 and he wasn't there yet. And she was acting like this guy was in prison for 5 years for this or
She's
something.
just so worried.
She's like, I don't even know if she truly was worried. That was what it was. It was more just like this gossipy, like,
He got pulled over.
so I don't know. So she's like calling all these different, "Hey, have you heard from Daryl? Have you heard from Daryl?" I mean, it was 11:45 when he called and asked if we had more ketchup. And I said, "Yeah, we have some more ketchup." And then he came over to get some more ketchup. And he told me he's got pulled over. And I don't know how long that should take to get pulled over. And I don't know. I don't know if we should go look for him. And so they're like looking out the window the whole time, like waiting for him to come by.
There?
And he's like, she's like calling somebody else. "Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of worried about this guy." So we had a lot of ketchup. They don't have any ketchup over there. I'm
know
at
if you
this
heard.
location. So he called, "Do we have any more ketchup?" I said, "Yes, we have more ketchup." That was 11:45. And she's starting to embellish it. She's like, it was like 11:25 at this point. She's like, over an hour ago he called.
And then he texted me and said, "Hey, I just got swatted, so I'm going to be late." I don't know
I
what
don't
you have
know
to do
what
to
that
get
means.
swatted
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
a whole SWAT team.
Okay. This woman thought it was the most interesting story.
She just hangs up with one person, calls the next person. "Hey, just FYI, Daryl got pulled over. See ya." Call next person.
Dude,
"Hey, Daryl
cut-
sucks. See ya." Hey, one more time. Hey, fire Daryl.
Yeah.
Bye.
You know that guy that I tried to date? Daryl didn't want to date me? Yeah, well, he's going to jail now for life.
Well, he was going 42 and a 35. School zone.
Dude, it was like she got off the phone, waited 35 seconds, like looked out the window. I don't think he's coming. So here's what's crazy is that we have a surplus of ketchup over here. The other people, they don't have ketchup. And so Daryl called and said, hey, do you have any more ketchup? I said, yeah, we have some ketchup. It was just
there's
like
some strife among those two McDonald's.
And so finally, in my head, I was like so badly just being like, it's just don't worry, just wait for a little bit. Like I was so bothered by it. And my headphones were dead. Like they never die. Like I have like these great Bluetooth headphones that die like once every 3 weeks. And they had died right for that thing.
Not
so
during
I
ketchup.
was like, I can't not hear this. So
I don't know the last time I've been in a McDonald's, but I'm due. I need to get in one and just see what it's all about and just kind of see what do they make those tables out? Just lacquer? Just the whole thing is lacquer, I think.
maybe lacquer, huh?
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the film on top of it, right? Like the fake. Yeah. I feel like that's what these tables are made out of.
Dude, they, a few of them recently don't have drink machines anymore.
What do you do?
I think you have to just order it right there and you have to get a refill, I guess, from them.
What, like it's Chili's all of a sudden?
It's like very minimal. Like no, like not even like napkins or anything, like no station.
It's like the inside of a Tesla. They're like, hey, what if we just did nothing on the inside?
It is like the inside of a Tesla. It's exactly like it.
And yeah, you go to certain ones and there's swastikas under the table.
Maybe.
You're like, wow, this is the full Tesla experience.
Fully immersed. So
I saw more and more people in the Kansas City Tesla Facebook page group are like getting like swastikas like keyed into their car and everything. And
wow.
it's happening.
That's wild. Like, yeah, compared to like every other incorporation that like, I'm sure there's people in those organizations that you don't agree with, but it's like, this is the one where we're going hard on it.
Yeah, if we're going to expect people to behave that way, when I'm parked in a Chick-fil-A, regardless of my car, someone should sketch a cross into my car.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, let's hold these companies accountable for what they stand for.
Represent who you represent here. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. If I had a swastika drawn on my car,
You could just make it into something cool.
like a cube.
Play tic-tac-toe, kind of?
Yeah, we could tic-tac-toe. I could play the dots game.
Yeah.
Really expand it. Spiderweb.
Could you make it into one of those old school S's? That you,
Superman S. Yeah, it could be done.
Yeah. So,
Hope it happens. Hope it happens.
Timon, welcome back, man.
Thanks.
People missed you.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
And by missed you, we mean that a lot of middle-aged women called you a heartthrob. A lot.
Dude,
A lot called you a heartthrob.
he's appealing to their crushes as, 90s fanboy.
And quite literally, they make their heart throb. Timon's hair does.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Or did.
It did, yeah. Yeah, no longer.
Yeah. Talk about it, Time.
So I wasn't done with the middle part. I was enjoying myself. I wanted to go for longer. But I was thinking, like the sides and the back, like I just kind of been growing it out in general. Sides and the back getting pretty shaggy. Didn't love the look of that. I was like, I kind of want to have a little more clean cut look, but still like, I have length on top to do the middle part. So I go yesterday, I go to a barber. I should have done more research on this barber.
Yes.
I think in hindsight, it was like more of an old school barber shop, which
Like for Jamaican brothers.
no.
That's the old school way.
For somebody Irish.
Not particularly, no.
I don't know what
Keep
old school
guessing.
means.
I'm just kidding. But it was this like, my hair was cut by just this old white guy. And like, I wanted it super simple. I was like, I've been making progress growing my hair out. I just want like a little short, just like tapered up from like short on the sides, short on the back. I told him, don't touch the top. I just said like,
Been there.
I just want to keep it. And he was like, all right, I'll give you taper on the sides and I'll just clean it up on top. And I said, okay, I guess you can clean it up, but like be super careful with how much you take off. I was like, I kind of like it the way it is.
You said that.
I did.
Yeah.
I felt pretty confident going into it. I was like, I think I said what I need to say to get what I want. And then he just cut all my hair off.
Dude, I've had the same experience. They don't listen.
They don't.
People who cut hair don't, and they love cutting off the top.
Yeah.
Because I like my top too.
Yeah.
And I like you. I work hard. I made a lot of progress growing off the top.
Right?
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
That's so annoying. I'm sorry. I empathize.
Yeah, and so it kind of reset me. So I was like wearing a hat before it, and so my hair was kind of just fully back, which is why I was like, okay, that's fine because I don't want the top even touched. Like, I wasn't worried about it, and then like now since it was kind of back like that, the way he cut it to be like short is now just like a bad version of a short haircut too. So it just doesn't really work either way.
The last haircut I got was at Lifetime Fitness, and I'll skip to the end of the story. She did a great job. But halfway through, she has completely combed all of my hair over to the opposite way. And now she's cutting from this side of it. And it looks like she's like styling my hair, like just opposite of how I've ever worn it. And I'm like getting nervous. I'm like, what did I say to give this impression? And so I just like, I'm like working up the courage. Like, that's not how I like it.
Did you say that?
Or something like, eventually you just burst out of you. Like, stop.
Wrong way.
Stop it. Ah, it hurts. Yeah. You're hurting me. Like every time she's cutting. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I don't like that dynamic.
Yeah. Also, is this a common thing? He cut my entire hair. Like I was very deliberately turned away from a mirror.
Dude, that's
like,
a thing.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that either. It's like, what are you trying to
monitor
hide?
it? I want to like stop. Like, I don't know. Because I kept gaslighting myself into being like, I mean, okay, it feels like he's cutting off quite a bit, but it probably just feels like
He
that,
said
right?
clean it up.
Like
that's
just
rough.
cleaning it a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, you see how much hair is on your little skirt?
Dude,
You're like, that
that
looks
exactly.
Like quite a bit.
I was like,
Yeah,
if I move my head down to look at it, does that imply that I'm like not okay with what he's doing? Which is like true, but I'm like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be like, oh, this is way too much.
Yeah, you're
know.
taking
It
it
was-
from your chest.
And even once I saw it,
gluing it back
even
on.
after the reveal, when my head is going like, this is not at all what I wanted, I'm just like tricking myself and be like, this will be fine. Like, and I tip him. Why?
I tip him.
He didn't deserve a tip. I don't know. It was a
I'm
bummer.
with you.
Is there ever like do you ever feel like maybe, I guess if you're not being able to see yourself in the mirror, but if you're able to see yourself in the mirror while you're getting your hair cut, do you ever have those times where it's like, oh, it looks great, and then they keep cutting for another 5 minutes? You're like, dang it.
Should have stopped him.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, I think it's good. And then they're like, all right, I'm just going to blend some stuff up or whatever. They blend, and then it's like, whoops, would have liked it before.
Yeah.
I wonder if these what are they called?
Hair cutters.
Hair cutters.
Scissors. What do you?
Yeah, the scissors specific. I wonder if the scissors feel like, hey, we're charging $50. We need this to last 30 minutes.
Is that how much you pay?
I think that's how much Lifetime was. I think it's how much Scissors and Scotch is.
That's a lot. Yeah.
A lot for me to be unhappy.
Yeah.
How
How much do you pay?
I think I paid 28, but I tipped him, so I paid like 33.
But I tipped him.
I
But I
tipped
tipped him.
the guy.
50 is, yeah, you better get a good experience out of that.
And I think I'm more like, just get the job done. Just get it done great. I don't care how quickly you mow my lawn, as long as it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost like we're good. Yeah.
How much conversation do you guys like when your hair is being cut?
Now that I'm like friends with my barber, first of all, Clint the barber, guys, go check him out. I'm convinced.
Clint the
Okay.
Got it.
30, I think I usually give him 35 total.
Is
So,
he old
not bad.
school, like Timon's guy?
Timon, as you were telling this story, I was like, you should have gone to Clint. Clint has like 2 sons like your age. And so it's
Yeah.
like, and they have cool looking hair.
Yeah.
They have Riz?
Tons of Riz. Clint has Riz. Clint is like a 45, 50-year-old dude. I don't know how old he is. Has way more Riz than we will ever have.
Wow.
Like,
the Klizzler.
yeah, very much so. So, anyway, but now that we're friends, we do have good conversation.
Yeah.
But like, it's like great because it's like we are comfortable enough with each other that's never forced conversation. Like sometimes it's like 5-10 minutes of nothing. And it's not like, what do I need to say to Clint? What do I need to,
Yeah.
Whereas like new person, I could very much take or leave a conversation.
Yeah.
How about
Same.
you?
Getting your haircut's kind of relaxing. And I think I'm not a super strong opinionated, but I would prefer, I think, no talk and just let me just like think and enjoy it. Like it's
Yeah.
like a massage.
Yeah.
And especially sometimes if like the woman cutting my hair has a tattoo sleeve and a septum piercing, it's like, I don't know. I'm going to judge a book by cover here. And like, she's not going to know who Nate Bargatze is. And, we're not going to like have a ton to talk about.
She's not, super regular on the pickleball
She
court.
doesn't play pickleball. Yeah. But I'll talk to a wall. It's still fine. But
Sure.
I think I like silence.
Yeah, there was, I had the conversation with Garrett Gibson the other day about this, and he was talking about, he's like, yeah, I go to Noggins someplace in Lee Summit. He's like, Noggins is great because they don't talk to you. Like you can say like, I do not want you to talk to me. And so he's like the whole time. And then another guy that was in the conversation too was like, dude, I go to her at Noggins too. She's awesome. She doesn't say a word.
She's always doing these weird hand signals.
Yeah.
But she's good with her hands.
She's great at it.
Good with the hair cutters.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Timon, that you had a tough experience.
It's all good.
Did your guy did he like shave the back of your neck?
He did. That was the first time I've ever actually had that happen.
See, that's
I
nice.
like that.
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
go to Great Clips and my mom, Brad.
Yep.
That's all I've done.
Yep.
All right.
Great Clips has never done that. So I did like that part. That was when I was like, okay, well, if he's doing that, that feels so nice. That's like, surely he did a good job on the rest.
Wait, are you
I
talking
hadn't
like
seen
straight
in a minute.
razor?
I think that's what he did. Yeah.
Oh, like a real razor.
Based on
Okay.
feeling, it felt like a straight razor.
I was going to say, I feel like every hair cutter does like,
They'll take like some shears to your neck at least.
I
but
see.
The straight razor is nice.
that's
Yeah.
like next level.
That hair won't grow
There's
back
some
for.
warm shaving cream.
Oh yeah, it's like I think they put country crock on the back of your neck. You can smell it.
Yeah.
Like when you said you smelled like bread behind your ears. Like you probably just got it shaved recently.
Yes.
That's what it
It's
is.
just, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Forgot that I had that bread thing.
Yeah, you all better?
All better,
No more bread.
as far as I know.
Good.
So,
I met your aunt and uncle last Thursday.
yes.
Feels like it's been a lifetime since we
Wow.
last recorded the podcast. But
Yeah.
I did a little comedy gig at Brad's uncle's church. Dude, it was so great. Everyone was super nice. It was a great church. Really liked it. It's so. How old is your uncle?
Oh, 60 something.
It was very fun hearing him try to describe to other people what we do.
Okay.
You know, like it probably would be difficult for most 60-year-olds, but
Sure.
you know, he's like kind of introducing me to some other people at church. Hey, I want you to meet Jake. He's the performer tonight. My nephew and they have a comedy act that they do, and it's called the Ghostrunners comedy act. And anyway, it's a real hoot. And I'm like, that's so great. And like to the people he's describing it to, that probably is the perfect way to describe
Comedy
it.
act, yeah.
Yeah, I think like a weekly podcast is almost too confusing.
Yeah, and they hear podcasts, they're like, well, they say that our sermons are, turned into podcasts. So it's like
What station's it on?
yeah, right.
But yeah, it was like the Ghost Runner comedy act, them two. I was like, that's
Abbott and
nice.
Costello over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the comedy act
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. So did you think that my aunt looked a lot like my mom?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
People-
awesome.
People say that a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like she acted like her?
I didn't talk to her nearly as much as I talked to your uncle.
Yeah.
But she was real great, real sweet, real bubbly.
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her a
fun.
lot.
Yeah.
Had a good time with a lot of people at the church. Shannon, she loved the bidet stuff, crushed. I think a lot of people in that church have bidets.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't know, like I've never seen it crush like that before. There was a guy named Price who I met backstage. Do you know Price?
I don't know. Not that I can recall.
Nice guy in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm the one introducing you tonight. What do you want me to say? I was like, if anything, under promise, over deliver. You don't have to say anything. Just as long as they know it's going to be comedy. That's my big thing. Just so they know it's not a sermon or something. And he's like, oh, they'll know it's comedy. Like, I'm opening up for you. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know
All right,
you were
Price.
a comedian. I just thought you worked here. And he's like, no, I volunteer at the church. And I give like the announcements.
I see.
This is about to be my first like time ever doing comedy. And I was like, dude, that's a big deal. This is a big step. And he was like holding his heart. He's like, I am well aware. He was like so nervous.
He was feeling it.
Yeah, he's like, I know it's a big deal. And so I was like, dude, I've been here. I know exactly what we're going through. I'm not going to talk to you until it's over. And he's like, thank you so much. And so anyway, he did a good job. It's tough. First time doing comedy. And he did 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I think he went over. I mean, he did 17, 18. He was feeling it. So yeah, he got him
Really?
warmed up. And then I went out there and yeah, it was a good gig. About 200 people there.
Yeah.
Smaller church, but
45 minutes.
yeah, I went for probably like 48 or so, I think, when I got done. So they were a great crowd. They loved it.
How was the new? You said you had some new stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thermostats maybe or something.
Yeah. I would say 75% of it worked well.
Okay.
They really liked, gosh, it feels like forever ago. I can't even remember now. I did a lot more jokes about Rachel and feeding me and all the fresh produce and everything. A joke that got a huge laugh was, Oh, it's a story I told in the podcast. Like, this is a real thing that happened, I don't know, a year ago or so. Rachel made me dinner, and she was like, what did you think of it? And I was like, it was good. And she's like, no, I want to know each, not item. What is it? Each food. Like, what did you think of it? And I was like, I thought that seasoning on the chicken was great. If, quinoa was good. If you're looking for some, like, constructive criticism, I did think the green broccoli was better than the white broccoli.
Yeah.
And, that already starts to get a little bit of laugh. And then she's like, cauliflower? I was like, call it whatever you want. Cauliflower. It's probably why it tasted so bad.
Yeah. They like that.
Yeah, they like that. And a lot of the stuff about produce, and I can't even remember it now. It's stuff about this house being old. They like that. So, yeah. Most of it went well.
Good.
So that was fun. That was refreshing and fun to get to perform. So, yeah. And then it just got crazy after that. I think Thursday we recorded all day.
Right.
Comedy show. And then Friday was last day of Trey's movie.
Yeah.
With Timon. And then we went straight into like the guys' weekend.
Yeah.
So it's just been crazy.
Let's talk about the movie. I want to hear about the movie, and then we can talk about guys' weekend.
Yeah.
El Capitas.
Tried to let me see if I can find my note. I tried to write down any interesting things that happened. Didn't write down as much as I wanted, but yeah, I think just as a whole, it went well. I think but before going into it, I was like, I don't know if I'm qualified for this, and it was like I realized pretty quickly, oh, this is like a team effort. We're all just like figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as I don't want to say negative. It wasn't quite as oh, I'm just coming on board this super high production thing. It was okay, we're all kind of There wasn't a hierarchy and stuff, but it was good.
How many guys were there?
5 most of the time. It was Trey, Derek, me, Zach, and Mikey.
Okay.
I was the crew and also the cast of most scenes.
So were you in it?
No, I'm saying Trey.
Trey
is
was
the cast of most scenes we shot, and then Mikey was in some.
Okay.
I make a small cameo as an Uber driver. I don't have lines, but it's part of the story.
How did
I miss that?
Just put Timon in there in the Uber.
But yeah, it was just they needed a car and a person to be just kind of in the background as the Uber driver. So I stepped in.
All right.
That's right.
See a need, fill a need.
Yeah, but things I wrote down. Zach turned 18 during filming, which was fun.
Zach also fell asleep during filming.
Yeah.
On the last day. I have a video of it. We'll put it up here. But yeah, there's about 45 extras on set. We're all screaming, cheering. It's a cherry pie 5K. Zach's just asleep in the middle of filming.
There's certain guys that can just do that, and Zach doesn't surprise me that Zach's just I'm good. I can fall asleep right now.
I asked Timon afterwards. I was like, is Zach really embarrassed? Oh my gosh, I fell asleep. I'm never gonna get hired again. Or how does he handle that? And you were like, nah, he's cool.
Yeah. No, I think he just thought it was funny. I mean, I think he just realized he was I don't think that I'm needed right now. I'm really tired. I'll just go to sleep.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody that can fall asleep like that is probably not also worried about it.
Yeah.
While on the clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he turned 18 the second day of filming. That was fun. We went and saw the Minecraft movie together because it came out on his birthday. It was just a fun thing. Have you seen anything about that?
We gotta see this together.
You gotta go, guys.
I heard there was something on a zombie baby on a horse. That's all I know.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Blocks and Roblox and
Jack Black?
Jack Black, yeah. We dressed up in suits to go just to be silly.
yeah.
Honestly, I was not the target. I've played Minecraft 3 times in my life.
Oh, wow.
But I enjoyed myself. It was a pretty funny movie.
Okay.
Letterbox.
Yeah, 5 stars for the bit, but it was more of a 2.5
For the bit. For the bit.
Honestly, it was kind of a 5-star experience.
Oh, great.
The entire theater was going crazy for everything. It was awesome.
Oh, really? Well, that's cool.
That
Did
was
you feel
fun.
it was manufactured going crazy, or they were truly
No, it felt pretty genuine.
okay.
I think a lot of it came from memes and stuff being popular beforehand.
Yeah.
And it was anytime a line from the trailer was said, you had to everyone cheered. But it felt
kinda
pretty
fun.
genuine. It was fun. It was a great time.
That's cool.
Cool.
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? I said, I think I...
What's that Ed Sheeran song? Tariff and EC?
Yeah.
It's about tariffs too.
Tiffany.
I'll tell you one company doesn't have to worry about the Tariff and EC or anything being terrifying or anything, or having breakfast at Tiffany's.
Tiffany's, yeah. What?
Good Ranchers.
Really? No way. Oh,
Yep.
really?
Don't have to worry about tariffs when you don't worry about China.
Nope.
When you make all your stuff here in the United States.
It is nice to know, like, hey, they're truly American meat delivered. They're worried about America. They're not worried about China.
That's a good point. It'd be a bad look if for the past 2 years we've said, hey, get it. It's all American sourced. And then like, oh, their prices are going up all of a sudden. That's weird.
That's weird. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's just because of the freight.
The freight. Just blame everything on the freight.
Oh, it's freight,
Well,
you know?
ocean freight
Big freight.
could be freighting industry. Yeah. Hey, Good Ranchers protects you from tariffs, protects you from food waste, and protects you from increasing costs because it's 100% American meat delivered straight to your door or your porch
I like that.
or some kind of stoop.
Yeah, what kind of stoop you got?
Yeah, it could be a stoop, could be a large mailbox and a small subscriction. I don't know.
love the idea of a Good Ranchers box on a stoop. I really do.
Americana.
No one does stoops like America does stoops.
Let's dig up Norman Rockwell and have him paint a nice family of 5 and a Good Ranchers box on their stoop.
Please give me that stoop. Show me that stoop.
Show me that stoop.
Show me that stoop with that American family.
Good Ranchers is probably the easiest way that you right now, wherever you're at, can support American farmers.
Yes.
A couple clicks and you can support farmers while also feeding your family, while also saving money.
Yes. And did you hear their new promo is not free meat for a year? Free meat for life, Timon. Timon, how long do you think you're going to live? Just give me a ballpark.
I'm going to say maybe 80.
80?
Yeah.
Above average.
Okay. So that's what? How many more years is that for you? 67? 62?
Yeah.
So 62 years at $1,200 a year. Jake, go ahead.
That's a ton.
That's a lot of money that you're saving over the course of your life, Timon, if you subscribe right now at goodranchers.com. And
This is kind of wild.
think about it.
Free meat for life. They
Free meat for life. They're just like, the gloves are off.
Yeah. I feel like there should have been more like, and yes, you're reading that correctly. This is just what I'm reading
free
right
meat
now is
for
like,
life.
oh yeah, FYI, free meat for life.
By the way, free meat for life.
Dude, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And if that's not enough, $40 off.
$40 off as well.
It feels kind of insignificant now.
You want that immediate satisfaction? Great. You want the long-term satisfaction of life? Great.
So goodranchers.com, enter the promo code GRKC, pick out any subscription, and you're going to get a free meat add-on,
Ground
I guess
beef,
for life. Unless I
wild
don't
cuts.
understand life. Unless they're pulling it. Maybe it's an acronym.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. I
Hey,
trust them.
Test us. You know, we'll take the bullet if it's not life.
Yep, I'll get
right?
you your meat for life.
Yeah, you can get either ground beef, wild caught salmon, seed oil free chicken nuggets, or bacon in every box for the life of your subscription. So as long as you are subscribed, you will get that.
Dude, that's kind of wild.
Also, it's good meat, right? So it's
Hey,
like help
good
you live
point.
longer.
Oh, so
Like for life.
Okay, so
you actually get
that's-
so tack
more
on
meat.
another what 25 years at least.
At
Yeah.
least.
No GMOs.
No GMOs makes the EYD estimated yearly dividends.
Michael
When I said
Jackson's
80,
song.
I was saying plus what I am.
Oh, got it.
Well, with Good Ranchers.
So
meat.
93. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Okay. It's goodranchers.com. It's GRKC for our promo code for $40 off today, plus free meat for life, guys. Check it out. Goodranchers.com, American meat delivered.
Check it out.
Yeah. What else? Oh, this was like probably the biggest like story from filming, which I think you heard some of this. We were filming. There's these scenes at a sinkhole, quote unquote, but it's like this kind of collapsed building in Liberty, but in the story it's a sinkhole, and so
Christmas Eve, all the cherry pies are ruined.
because they were being
Sinkhole.
stored where the sinkhole happened.
Yeah. What are the odds?
That's like the yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tearjerker.
But we're filming like at the sinkhole, like kind of on the sidewalk beside where this like collapsed building is. And so then I think one of us had this idea for, let's get a shot from like inside the sinkhole. Like I keep saying sinkhole. It's not, but you get it.
POV, you're a sinkhole.
Right. It's kind of to put it's the emotional side of it. So like from the perspective of like the sinkhole didn't
Yep.
mean to do it. Like,
Yep, you gotta.
yeah, and so we kind of like make the trek into this like lower down area. We're setting up a tripod. We're like starting to film some lines from this angle, and this guy comes up like, "You guys know this is private property, right?" And then we all just kind of like look to Derek, and Derek's like, "Yeah, we have permission to film here. Like, I'm pretty sure." And the guy's like, "Well, the owner didn't know about this, and he's on his way." And then we're just like, "Okay, yeah, like we should just get out of here, right? Like this is not." So we kind
Derek?
of like start to make our way. I know we're all just like we thought Derek like had this figured out, but maybe not. And so then we're like starting to make our way out of it. And then it's like pretty quick after this guy like has talked to us, the owner comes in, just like he storms up. He like pulls in and he's like, I've never seen just like a stranger this mad before, I don't think. He's like, he's just like,
Paint me a picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say, describe
What
what
kind
he
of
looked
car
like.
has he got? How fast is he pulling up? What's he look like?
it was enough of a moment of panic. I don't remember that much about it, I think. Like
What do you see in your head?
Trey described him as Wayne Newton. He was like an older guy with Botox and like
he
Prada
seemed like
sunglasses.
super like
Wayne
fake
Newton.
polished.
Not Wayne Brady. I was thinking Wayne Brady.
yeah, Wayne Newton, old guy.
I what I remember is like slick gelled hair, like probably trying to look younger than he is type, but just like I think he was dressed nice, probably had a nice car, but he just comes in like, what are you guys doing? I kind of wrote down what he's like, what are you guys doing? We're all like, again, like looking to Derek, like, and then Derek is, I think, trying to call Greg, who's the mayor of the town.
Oh,
He's
gotta
like,
get the mayor involved.
because I think Greg is who had said, yeah, film wherever in Liberty, like that's great. And so Derek is kind of,
The mayor's just gives carte blanche to every like private.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, anywhere you want, buddy. Go in people's houses.
Yeah. So as Derek is kind of like, I don't think deliberately, I think Derek's fight or flight is very much, I mean, he's not really sure what to do. So he's kind of not answering this guy.
Yep.
And this guy's just getting more and more angry. He's like, I'm going to start, I need some answers right now. Or like, I'm going to, I don't know what he was like threatening to do, but he was like, you guys need to like, what are you doing here? And we're all like, we don't want to take credit for it because it's like,
Derek, tell him.
yeah, Derek, tell him. And then I think eventually I kind of piped up like, where's from like a comedy skit type thing, trying to like diminish what it is kind of. And he's like, oh, okay, you guys have fun. Like, that's totally fine. And he just like walked away. And then
All that
we're
to
all just
say.
like, what? Like, and then Derek later explained, apparently this pit has been like super controversial. And there's all this like, I think there's been
It's like Parks and Rec.
lawsuits over like who owns it and what they're going to do with it. And so our best guess is this guy thought we were like maybe doing some kind of news story that might paint it in a bad light. And that's why he was so ticked off. But it was really scary.
Really?
I did
Everyone
not
who
enjoy
is-
it at all.
Everyone who is there says like they've never seen someone de-escalate so quickly. Like went
Yeah.
from 100 to like it's a comedy skit. Oh my gosh! Well, you guys have fun. Have a blessed day.
I know.
Like
it
went
was
straight
crazy.
from like screaming at them to not.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there that day.
Yeah, it was wild.
I love that you were the
like
one
the
that
main
spoke
thing I
up,
wrote down.
Timon. Out of,
Thanks.
the five guys there, the teenagers, like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's just a little comedy thing.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Thanks.
That's, yeah, so it's just like this abandoned building, abandoned pit.
But there's no building there anymore. I think it like a building fell down. There's no building there now. It's just like a big dirt pit, kind of. I don't know. It's a strange yeah, but it's a sinkhole though. I don't know how much it'll look like one in the movie, but it's the best we could find.
Yeah.
So
Best Kansas City has, okay?
right.
We don't just have sinkholes lying around.
Yeah. Otherwise, movie stuff. I mean, one thing that kind of switched up the dynamic halfway through filming, the first several days we were filming with this this piece of equipment called a Fisher dolly, which is like this big, like they use it on big shoots to get just like smooth shots or whatever. But it also, when you don't have a large crew to like handle it, it ends up adding more time. So I think about like 4 days in, we decided, okay, our next 2 or 3 days are way more intense schedule wise. So we're just gonna like get rid of that and just get it as quick as we can.
Okay.
And I think it ended up working really well because the first 4 days we did have less to film, so it was okay. And then the last 3 days we would not have been able to get it done
Really?
if we had used that. So it turned out well. It was good.
How many characters does Trey just do? 2 characters? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he's the male and female lead, and then actors wise, it was just Jake, and then Scott and Nancy.
Yeah,
I think that's
basically
pretty much it. Yeah.
How was it for you?
I loved it. I just
Yeah?
got to come in. There's I think this most recent Friday, I get stopped by a train on my way there, and it's like 45 minutes away. And then I get there was like an accident right in front of me, so then I'm in standstill traffic, and then I almost got pulled over. I was like, I can't get pulled over after all this.
Yeah.
Come on, my plates are good now.
Yeah.
I didn't, but he just like followed me for 3 miles. So I show up like 20 minutes late, and I am like, I go from my car to shooting a scene in 90 seconds. I mean,
ready
maybe.
for
It
it.
was like, I'm there. They're all set up for me. Zach was currently like standing in for me. He's like, all right, you're right here. I was like, I just like got in position. Trey starts reading me my lines. I'm like, I'm acting immediately.
That's
Like,
amazing.
as soon as I got there.
was
I mean,
awesome.
it very much still feels like a YouTube video at times, like very run and gun, but with more creative liberty to like say whatever I want a little bit.
Okay.
Like I'm going to do my line twice, what Trey tells me to say. And then the third time I'll say something completely random or I'll just add on to it a bunch.
Yeah.
Stuff that you would do a good job of when we would make YouTube videos.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Do you
it's
have
kind
to
of like,
memorize lines, or
I'm
was
not
it-
editing it.
or you just throw them to you.
No, just one by one.
Okay.
Rarely did I have a line longer than 2 sentences.
Okay.
And when I did, it was like crazy long, but it didn't matter. It was like, all right, try to say like these 6 sentences.
Something
and
like
just
this.
get close.
Yeah.
All right. But no, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun. I just get to play the comedic relief. So I get to come in and screw around. And yeah, my lines aren't serious. I don't have any dynamic.
Yeah.
Like my character is just like
No character arc.
kind of on the spectrum. And so that was fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It might have been because I was watching Love on the Spectrum when we were filming.
Yeah.
It was a creative liberty I took, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
You were cracking me up that Friday. I didn't want to like admit it, but I was like, I was definitely.
You didn't want to admit it.
No. As in, okay, no. I was obviously like laughing at you. But
I hate to tell you this. but
there was,
you were
I'm
really
so
funny.
sorry, man, but I found you funny.
Yeah.
No, I think at one point I was like, it was kind of past where everyone else was laughing, and you were just saying something else, just like random, and I was like behind Derek, like tears coming out of my eyes. But I was like, it's probably not that funny, so I don't want to be like the weird guy who's like still laughing. But it was great.
That's funny.
That's a huge compliment though, because like you're around Jake a lot, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like
Yeah.
it's not like I just am never around this guy. He's actually like he is in real life.
This is brand new to me.
Yeah, it's like no,
Yeah.
he actually thinks this is funny.
Yeah, you were great.
Thanks. Yeah, something about playing a character. Yeah, it does like you say just different things you normally say, and yeah, it's just fun.
So what was your character like? What did he?
I'm Trey's little brother, and so there's sometimes where I think I'm kind of like I'll do anything for my big bro, and I'll help him out, but I'm just like a strange person. You know, there's some line where like 1,000 cherry pies by tomorrow. That's like an impossible mission, and just out of nowhere I go freaking love Tom Cruise. You know, just like weird stuff like that.
Okay,
Like I'm just
okay.
not super adjusted.
Yeah. That's great.
And I don't know what else. We make a lot of pastry puns.
A lot of pastry puns.
Yeah.
You know, you talking like some guy comes in who we don't like, and me and Trey are just going back and forth. That was fun. Where I mean, we just ad-libbed for 15 straight minutes on just pastry puns, just off the top of the dome. You're talking ciabatta trash right now, dude. You know, I'm not your biggest flan. You're putting me over the edge. Just any like dessert, really.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear muffin out of your mouth. So it's fun.
that's good.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was fun. I know I didn't have to do that much work, so I was like, we should do this more, guys.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is easy.
You guys should pay me more to just show up and be funny and leave.
Yeah, how did it compare to what you thought it was going to be like, Timon?
I think it was pretty close. I don't know. I think I knew it would be pretty intense because you don't typically shoot movies in like a week.
Yeah,
And so
At a
I was
public
like,
park
I
in
was pretty
Liberty.
expected. I expected that. But yeah, I think it went maybe even better. Like as far as like me and Zach's role, I think it went great. I think
Yeah.
we like ended up, I mean, when you have a crew of like 4 people, everyone's doing a lot of jobs. So I think
Yeah.
we just like,
Yeah,
we were pretty good at like seeing needs and filling them. And I think it worked.
Yeah.
No one was the director, so I think that's kind of interesting.
That's
They're
one
all
thing I think-
everyone's
I
kind
think-
of directing.
I think next time we should have a director. I think towards the end, Trey, like, I think maybe realized more like I should be a little more on top of like, let's get this all figured out, like more so than the first few days. But yeah, it was good. But next
Yeah.
time there should be like an elected director of like the whole thing.
2 days ago, Timon and I were shooting some pickleball stuff, and I was like, do you think you could knock out this and this? And Timon was like, oh, compared to the last 2 weeks, I will never feel busy again.
yeah, that's great. It all is
Yeah, no problem.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it was fun. Also, 2 days ago, we shot with Morgan Noonan from Girls Gone Wild. First time I seen her in,
How's
I don't know,
she
a year or
doing?
two. It was great. Scott's words, once she left, the first thing Scott said was, when she first showed up, I thought she was in character. And then I realized that's just who she
That's
is.
just her personality.
Yeah, so she was great.
What
It
was
really
her?
fun.
What did you do with her?
So, occasionally I'll write a video that like involves a female. Most of the time Rachel can fill the role,
Oh,
no
I see.
problem. But these were like, this is going to take a little more dramatic. It's just like, this is more for Morgan than it is Rachel.
Yeah.
So one was just like a Bachelorette spoof. It's like,
Okay.
Morgan will be great, be super emotional, freaking out, crying, screaming. And then I wrote another one just like, when she's a perfect 10, but her duper's a 2.0 or something like that. When she's a perfect 10, but a 2.0 in pickleball.
Yeah.
And Morgan is so uncoordinated that it was easy.
Oh, really?
It wasn't even like, hey, try to like serve it into the net. It was like, Morgan, just play ball.
Really?
Just give us your best.
Because she's such a good dancer, you'd think like she would have some kind of coordination.
And she's probably
She's coordinated, but
average.
not in pickleball. Yeah,
But yeah, hasn't played much pickleball. I even wrote a line. I'm doing like a talking head over to the side. And I'm like, at first we just thought she was messing with us. Like, haha, she's so bad. But then she literally doesn't know her dominant hand. I get done saying that line and Morgan goes, okay, that's funny you say that. I actually have trouble with that. Like, this is so perfect. Like, of course you do.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, it was great. What do you think, Timon?
I thought she was really funny.
I mean, she
so
kinda,
many times just like in one take, like, oh, that was perfect. That was really funny.
Yeah.
She crushed it. Yeah.
She's kind of a pro. It was kind of like, oh, there's no warm up. There's
Yeah.
no just like, I'm a little rusty. It was just like, say this, take it, do it better than I said it.
just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So, yeah, that was fun. It always is a little new energy when someone else is there. And
Yeah, it was great.
yeah, we're really just trying to crank this week. So as soon as we're done
bet.
today, Timon and Scott and Isaac, I rented like an indoor like studio for 4 hours. And tomorrow we also have 4 hours booked to shoot. So put El Capitas, oh yeah, you're a lighting guy in a movie. What about paddle promo? Can you handle that?
Yeah. Talk about all the things you talk about. You're so busy right now. I mean,
Yeah, it's just like anytime, I'm going on family vacation this upcoming week and then, 11 days or whatever that is in Asia. So it's like when you're in high school and like when you're sick, you get punished twice because like, yeah, you're sick and then you have to make up your homework.
yeah.
It's like anyone knows that, but just like you got a lot of things on your plate and then you go on vacation. You got to double up somewhere.
Do you think, I'm sure in Florida you'll feel like you have time to relax, right?
Yeah.
But like, will Asia feel more like work or more like play, do you think?
Dude, who knows?
I know.
What Asia will feel like.
I'm trying to gauge like as far as like maybe just the emotional side. And maybe it's like you haven't even gotten there yet in your mind. But like in my head, it's like, are you going to feel like this? Like, oh, once I'm on that plane, like I can breathe a little bit? Or is it like, once I'm on that plane, I got a million things I got to think about what I have to do next once we get off the plane?
Here's what I'm somewhat anticipating. I think we've been jokingly saying, what is it? Yogtavo, you only go to Vietnam once or something dumb like that. Hey, it's $200 for this thing. Hey,
Right.
YOGVTO. Come on. I think part of that is true though, is as far as like when it comes to content, it's like, I really want to like milk this for all it's worth. Like we are going to China.
Right.
In the middle of like
Yeah.
the US and China not getting along.
Right.
In a really bad way.
Well, but will they even know you're American though?
That's true. I could blend in.
Yeah. People say you have a Chinese nose.
I have Chinese ears.
People say you have Chinese ears.
You ever call you Chinese ear? And so it's just like, it feels like there's opportunities. Like I want to maximize the content and just like
Yeah.
the Instagram stories and just taking people along with it. I want to make sure I don't come back with regrets of like, oh, I should have filmed this. I should have made this little piece.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be like laser focused on just like things there. Whereas like Florida, I think it's easier to probably be distracted of like, I'm on the beach right now, but I still have my phone and it's buzzing and someone wants me to do something. It's gonna be hard to be like, all right, don't do that right now. But who knows, dude? I also might be puking my guts out in China because I've had bok choy and hot dogs for the last 2 meals. Who knows?
Do you know what bok choy is?
Nope.
I don't. Is that the one with noodles?
No way of knowing.
No way of knowing. Not yet. I think bok choy is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a plant.
Oh, never mind.
Bok choy or pak chow or pak choy is a type of Chinese cabbage. I got kind of lucky there.
Oh, okay,
Nailed it,
cabbage.
Chinese cabbage.
Nah. Cabbage? No thanks.
Not that great.
No.
I had my first Brazil nut yesterday. What do you know about those?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Macadamia nut? Is that Brazilian?
Trey and Katie thought I was some sort of Neanderthal.
Trey and Katie could get over it with their $100 reservations for restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, they were like, Trey was like complimenting me while also insulting me. He's like, dude, you are like so good at trivia. You know so much about everything, and you've never heard of a Brazil nut? I'm like, I'm sorry.
Trey's from Edmond, Oklahoma. All right?
I don't know Brazil nuts. And Derek's like, I've never heard of them in my life. And they keep quizzing people, and
I've heard of them, but like,
I'm sure it's come across my eyes at some point. But yeah, I don't know what they are.
were they big?
They're big.
Like
most
in my head,
Brazilian
I'm
things.
thinking of, Brazilian, big.
Yeah, I had it yesterday. It's at the bottom of the mixed nuts.
What? Just were they just by themselves in a bowl? Or is it like, how big is this thing? Like, do you just like, hey, do you want one Brazil nut?
Well, turns out Rachel takes eats them. She had some at the house. But yeah, they're big, but they're pretty bland. They're fine, but they're just bland. You know, compared to like a cashew or a peanut.
I think these are in like mixed nuts, maybe.
Yeah, they might find their way in there. They're big boys.
No, yeah, they're the worst ones.
Yep, they're the worst ones.
Yeah, no one is excited about that. It's like, give me the cashews and the almonds and everything else.
Yep.
That's
So
funny.
there's that. So
Okay.
bok choy.
You'll be fine. I'm sure you'll find like one lane as far as like what to eat and just eat that.
I've already looked at the McDonald's menu in China, and they have like drumsticks, like bone-in chicken and stuff like that. I'm like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Get after it.
Cool.
So I have that if nothing else. We're staying at the DoubleTree, so they got, chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
So there's that.
Do you have like a Chinese person that's like hosting you there at all?
Yeah, our manufacturer is going to like really hold our hand and drive us around and
Yeah.
hang out with us the whole time. So that should be nice. Oh, dude, this is so funny. I mean, it'd be better if Isaac was here to talk about it. He is now on his 4th try, and I'm not exaggerating, of trying to get his name right on his visa application. And none of that is made up. It comes down to the name. So I think the first 2 times he struggled with like surname versus given name, maybe got him backwards.
Okay. So that's not like, okay.
But then more recently, I'm like, here's exactly what I did. I did triplet, and on the second line, I did Jacob Garland. He's like, okay, I'll try that. Because the first time he did McDonald, Matthew Isaac. He did middle name and his first name. I think that's what he did the first time. And then I don't remember what he did the second time. But this is actually annoying, though. This stinks for him. So because his last name is McDonald and the D is capitalized, on his passport, he said it's like MC, and then there's a caret for D. And then Donald.
Weird.
And so that is the issue. He's like, do I put the caret?
No.
He's trying to figure it out. I don't know what he's tried or what he hasn't tried, but
To me, it doesn't seem like they would care that much about capital or lowercase.
I don't know. He's on his 4th try.
I feel like a lot of times, like passports and stuff, I feel like it's just all uppercase or something like that. Like
And I think, typically they are, but in his case, because it's a lowercase c, capital D, it's weird. It's wonky.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm glad. So I have my visa. Matt texted yesterday, just got an email, got my visa, and Isaac was like, dude, that's so impressive. You spelled your name right, because I am on my 4th try. So hopefully he's good to go.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the Chinese visa, we rearranged our flights. I think I talked about that last week. I think we're good there. So yeah, we'll see. But it's just a busy week trying to get everything. Because the new paddle we've been testing forever. It like comes out basically when I get back from Asia. So it's like, we got to shoot all of it now.
Oh, yeah.
Get all of it done. So it's just been it's been really fulfilling and fun though. I think more recently I've been trying to, I don't know if you ever get this way, whether it's within our dynamic or any other like jobs or things you have, but like, I think a lot of time social media, I'm in charge and I run in my own lane and I do what we want to do. But when it comes to like the business side of it, I very much like, Matt, Andre, whatever you want me to do, like you let me know what kind of ads you want, I'll do it. And more recently I've been like, all right, Jake, pretend this is your company and it's all yours. How would you, like, you have skills, you have talents, like,
Yeah.
don't just be looking to like get direction. Like, what would you do if you were launching your first paddle in over a year? How would you launch it? How would you promo it?
Right.
And that's been like a cool, like learning just point and just like more fulfilling that way. Like, yeah, take a little ownership.
Right.
I'm doing it my way.
Oh, it's way better when you have like some skin or whatever personality in the game, not even skin in the game.
Yeah.
Just like, rather than just like, I'll just do whatever you want me to do. That's kind of mine or like lifeless. Like,
I think especially when you have a lot of respect for someone, it's like, you guys are so smart and you've made next to no bad decisions leading this company. So like, keep telling me what to do. That's great. But at the same time, recognizing like, hey, I've grown businesses before. I know a little something about video creation. Like, what would you do?
Yeah, have some confidence in yourself of like, hey, I know I'm not like so often I think I like backstep and I'm like, I know I haven't ever like ran a YouTube channel like you guys have, but like, you know what? And it's like, no, but you're funny still. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, people like you. Like, whatever. You know what humor is like or whatever. Like, maybe we should do this. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
you're kind of the guy.
Yeah, whatever. So that's fun. So, okay. Yeah. Big paddle coming out.
Big paddle. It's got to be
Twice as big? 3 times as big?
Yeah.
What do you get?
We're going to put a tariff on the size of the paddle.
That's
It's 125% bigger than most paddles.
That's good.
That's actually kind of a funny joke. Should have done that for April Fool's. Crap.
Dude, imagine doing the joke, but it not being on April Fool's, just for fun.
Has it been done before?
Yes, but you can do it
Nike?
again. You can do it better.
Okay.
Just be funny, not on April Fool's.
Hey, that's kind of the thing. When I'm there at our manufacturer, I'm like, hey, can you make me just a giant paddle real quick? How quick?
How
like, is
hard
this
is
like
it?
a drop biscuits from Unsifted? How long do these take?
Right.
What's
Yeah.
prep time?
Oh, man.
So we'll see.
Sift this. Sift this ad. Sift this ad right now. Sift this ad right now.
I love when he gets in his poetry phase.
Coming at you. Because we are sponsored by Unsifted.com.
Unsifted ad read. Unsifted ad read.
I meant to bring my clarinet for this unsifted ad read. Read.
Do you coach the Kansas City Chiefs and mill your own flour? Because to me, you look like an unsifted reed.
Doggone it, we need a cheeseburger with unsifted bread. Hey, we're sponsored by Unsifted here today.
Sorry, they asked for Slampo.
They're like, please, whatever you do, just start out with slam poetry and then we'll go from there. Where do we start with Unsifted? I just like always starting with like, hey, we are using
Guilt-free bread.
guilt-free bread. Is it even possible? Yes, it is with Unsifted.
Mm-hmm.
I just start out with every single week. Here's what we're using it for. And this week we used it for dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls.
Quick dinner rolls. I don't know. Catherine's like, you can just make them in a pinch. Dinner. You want me to go with your thing? Okay.
Go in pinch. No, I'm doing my thing. You
pinch
do your
the
thing.
dinner rolls. I don't know. I didn't know how quickly they were made, but Catherine said you can make them really fast and they were really good. There's all sorts of different recipe cards that Unsifted provides.
Oh, there's like a million of them.
And they're all easy. They're all good. They take the guesswork out of everything as far as baking goes, and it makes such good bread. So Mother's Day is coming up. I know my mother would love this. My mom, it lives in my house. Her name is my wife. She does love it. And you would love it too. So go to unsifted.com and get yourself some wheat that you can turn into fresh flour. And truly, there's nothing better than fresh whole wheat flour. Unsifted.com. We have a promo code Ghostrunners10 for $10 off your order of $100 or more. And just they're guilt-free carbs. They're carbs without the consequence.
Yeah. There's a full list on their website. You can check it out. But I mean, there's a lot more health benefits than you would probably think. It's not just like, oh, kind of fun, kind of cute, mill your own flour. It's like, no, the flour you're getting is like better and healthier for you. 4.5 times more fiber, 5 times more magnesium, 4 times more zinc, a ton of other stuff like that. So
Yeah.
guilt-free bread.
Sign me up. Unsifted.com.
Anyway, what do you got going on?
Nothing, man. Let's talk about Playola, honestly.
Oh, yeah, the weekend.
Yeah. Well, how'd you feel like it went?
Pretty good. We only sent one guy to the ER to get emergency surgery.
Yeah.
And the over-under was at 1.5.
We definitely thought there would be more. The way we were playing, baby.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a success. I mean,
Yeah.
just not even for being someone in charge of it, but even just personally, I was like, I had fun.
Yeah.
I got to know new people better. I mean, one of my highlights of the trip was probably like Sunday morning, just like hanging out with Calvin and Joe around the breakfast table. Like we were some of the last people there and just chatting. And yeah, so it was just good people.
Yeah.
The swim, I'm pretty sure that was my idea. And boy, did that suck.
That was your idea.
I probably talked about this before, but my dad and his friends used to do this thing called the Iron Man.
Right.
It's not a real Iron Man, but they would get together. It was like a 4-day thing where they would play all these events, and they would always do it like a swimming medley. It's like one person had to do backstroke and breaststroke, and they would always talk so highly about it of just like, because no one's good at swimming,
Right.
But it's just kind of funny, and no one has an advantage. Like no one ever practices this, and so I was like, that would be fun. We're at a pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And I was like, we're going to have good weather. I'll tell you when you don't have good weather is at 8 a.m.
Correct.
The air temperature was 40. I think the water temperature was like 60.
Yeah. A little cold.
It's crazy how cold 60-degree water is.
Isn't that interesting? Like,
I never got to a point where I liked it. My whole swim.
Really?
All I could think about was how cold the water was.
That was like the only thing I didn't care about. Like,
Really? That's all I
was
could
just
think
like,
about.
I'm dying. This is so long. This is taking forever. My team sucks. Like, yeah. We are so far behind everybody else. So it was like, yeah, the water's like just the least of my worries.
Yeah, that was
cold,
my
though.
bad a little bit. I mean, it was still fun. We all kind of trauma bonded together over it. Isaac threw up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had an idea. I was like, if we did this next time, I think we could do things in the water without making people like kill themselves swimming. I want to get one of those big inflatables, and when Costco's always hanging them from the ceiling. When people show up, that's just already in the pond.
Fun.
And there's like an obstacle course in the water.
Yeah.
That would be way more fun, I think.
Obstacle course or like jousting or like,
King of the Dock.
that's why I was like, like have one team start up there and see how long they can last. Like give them like 5 different kinds of props or something. And everyone else like is like coming towards them.
Now that's fun. You can like wager, like I'd like to spend 10 points, but I get like the
Yeah.
ball peen hammer.
Yeah. So we, like an actual weapon.
Yeah, 1 point for a pool noodle. Rock skipping's fun.
Yeah.
That's a water-based activity. Anyway,
Yeah. So we, like the very first day, well, the first night we get there, we do like an opening ceremony thing, which was really fun. That was another classic, just like, go ahead, you talk about it.
no, it was just, no, I don't know. It was funny.
What about it?
Just like the way people got introduced and the music and the microphone.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I think everyone had a good time. I mean, everyone was given an opportunity to speak when you were.
Yeah.
you
It
were
was like
chosen.
we're all gonna do a speech afterwards. Like, was that Gunner's idea? Always Gunner's idea. Like and this was like Gunner's like birthday weekend thing initially.
Yeah.
So it was like everything was like, I don't know if that's Gunner's idea, so I don't know if I should crap on it too hard. Yeah, Gunner's got like he's like, everyone send in their intro song, and then because we didn't know who was on whose team yet, and so that we had a microphone for this speaker. It was like, I think you could just probably yell louder than the speaker.
20 guys around a campfire.
And yeah, trying to coordinate, whatever, all these different things. Calvin gets up there first to give his team. He's like, all right, my first guy that I picked. And we're like, oh, we're going like draft
it's in order. He's like, no, it's random after this one.
No,
It's
no.
random after this one.
We don't know. Yeah.
And then he goes up, 5 minutes later. All right, for my second pick. Oh, it was your second. No, it's my second random pick.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So that was funny. Guys, songs got mixed up. And so all these different things. Great. My favorite intro speech was from Peter. Peter goes, first of all, they were like, Gunner's like 7 a.m. tomorrow. We're starting out. Peter's like 7 a.m. is a gift. I have 2 little kids at home. I never sleep until 7 a.m. This is going to be amazing. And he's like, also, I'm really excited to be here. My wife has bought Epsom salt for when I get home in preparation for how sore I'm going to be, which is both hilarious and so true from Peter. Like, Peter's been an old man body forever. Like, he's always been the kind of guy that's been sore always.
Now that I think about it, for being put on the spot, a lot of guys did a good job with their speech.
I was impressed too.
I think this is okay to say on the podcast, but one of our friends, Nick, I'll talk about him later. Nick down at the dock or down at the water.
Yeah.
Our friend Nick, he runs a newsletter in Kansas City. If you live
KC
here,
Daily.
KC Daily, check it out.
Yeah.
He gets put on the spot and he's like, excited to be here. My wife had a baby about 5-6 weeks ago. For those who kind of know where we're at, I'm just saying I got a lot of pent up energy and I want to put that into, spike ball this weekend. So that's kind of funny, And then our buddy Joe gets up there a couple guys later and he's like, I'm 28, I'm not married, I don't have kids. So Nick, if you think you have a lot of pent up energy, imagine me.
That was great.
That was a good joke.
Yeah, just a nice 1-2 punch there.
Yeah. That was a great joke. Good job, Joe.
Yeah. So, and like the songs, like Gunner just got so into like every one of his members' songs.
He let the music play for just 30 seconds while he danced.
And we were just sitting around the campfire.
Just waiting.
Hey, baby. Gunner, hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. I'm like, all right, Gunner, you're doing your thing, man.
Yeah. But it was fun. We all got our teams and, we all split apart and do this little strategy session. And I think that's the stuff that that's half the fun. I feel like if you're a guy, it's like, all right, who's gonna do what? How are we gonna take these guys down? Oh, they don't have a golfer. We'll be fine. Whatever. And so we're strategizing, and then the day got started the next day. So I had an idea to do like a punishment. So like, you're really incentivized not to come in last, because if you come in last, you have to like cook the next meal. Or if you came in last in this, you have to clean up the meal we just had. But to start it off is like, we're not going to tell anyone, but whoever arrives last, their team has to make breakfast. That was my team. We get up early, we start making breakfast. And then Brad made the rest of the meals the rest of the day.
Made them and cleaned them up. Dude, my team was so cheeks.
It was too bad. On paper, I mean, you saw the predictions. People thought you were going to finish second, first, third.
Did you?
I never really gave it too much thought, I guess, to be honest, but I was predicted last.
I know. Give me a break.
Yeah, they were scared off by the mole removal or something, I guess.
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, my team was not good at anything. Except for ping pong, we won one individual event. Glide won ping pong by himself.
It was really funny at the end of the night when we're all debriefing and you guys are just like making fun of yourselves. I enjoyed that so much. You guys talking about the valley that volleyball was for you guys.
Dude, yeah. There was a moment with volleyball where I think we almost cannibalized each other, like almost turned on each other of like
not having fun anymore.
Because I mean, let's just be real. Like, first of all, I'm not the best athlete. I was probably the worst athlete out of all the guys.
No.
Okay, maybe not, whatever. I knew I wasn't going to be the strong suit in the group. And then I look at my team immediately. I was like, we are in trouble. Like, what are we going to do here? And I was already like, I had been struggling like last week when we recorded, I was kind of starting to feel a little bit. And so I was like, I don't know. Like part of me was like, should I even go this weekend? And I was like, I feel really bad. People have been like, it's like 20 people. Like, it's like a big deal. Like everyone's like got even teams. So I was like, I'm just going to go. And I'm like, we are going to struggle on this team. And so like football, we held our own. Everyone, like we lost every game, no doubt, but we like at least fought a little bit.
It wasn't a blowout.
No,
they were close.
There was some, times where it was like, oh, if one little thing would have gone better, we could have maybe won something there. Volleyball, I was like, there's no way. I can just tell right now. And eventually we got too too passive with it. Where just like balls would just hit on the ground and people just be like, well, all right, whatever.
All right.
Next point, I guess.
It's like when you hear about like bad marriages, it's like you don't even want to fight anymore. You don't even care to fight anymore. That was you guys in volleyball.
I don't know if we ever had the passion to fight in the beginning. like I think we were all too nice. Like the first night we were strategizing, everyone was like, I mean, I don't know. I'm okay at that. And Glide finally goes, hey, let's have some confidence. Let's have some confidence in us. And that's when I knew, like right at the beginning, I was like, none of us, we're going to lose.
I love Glide. You're like, no, it's not a lack of confidence. It's a lack of skill.
No, genuinely, I'm not that good at spike ball. Like I can hit it up in the air, but like, I'm not beating Calvin. Like, so yeah, volleyball was a low point for us, but yeah, we start the entire day off with this swim thinking like, okay. And Nick seemed like he had some confidence in swimming.
He screams swimmer to me. I don't know why.
He does kind of scream swimmer.
I think he doesn't have much body hair. I think that's what it is.
He's blonde.
Huge feet.
Big old, yeah. Said he swam in high school. No, I'm just kidding.
He wore a swimming medal when he got there.
He did have a robe on when he came out. So
that was pretty funny.
So I was like, all right, he's got some swag. We got a chance here. Well, let's see. And Nick, right out the gate, just came probably up the hill 30 seconds after everybody else. We went down the hill, swam around the dock, came back. We were already way behind. And I was second in line. I was like, I just want to get mine over with. Let's just do this thing. And so sensitive feet, I had my shoes on
this was so
to
funny.
run down the hill, kicked off my shoes to dive in the pond.
This is so funny.
Yeah.
We're in the race of our
Brad,
lives.
your feet.
Your
like,
shoes are on.
No problem.
And then as Brad's ending his swim and getting back in the shallow end, his team is like, Brad, don't You don't need the shoes. You don't need the shoes. Brad gets out of the water, puts his shoes back on. And
I did not. I did not. Did they really say you don't need your shoes?
Yeah, they were all yelling like, Brad, forget the shoes. Forget your shoes.
I didn't put them back on. I just grabbed them. But oh my gosh, there was no chance for our team right away, dude.
I love the very beginning of the swim. We sent out Isaac first, and he did a good job. You got to run down. He's the first one in the water and first one to the dock. You had to swim around the dock. In the time, just the 8 feet to go around the dock, Isaac is now in last and hanging onto the dock. By the time we could see everyone again, he's just like, oh, I thought it was just to the dock. Oh, all right, hold on. Not actually, but it was just like, it looked like he just gave up.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what Scott Caldwell did, but he went from last to first on that swim.
He did. I have video of it. He yanked on Nick's shorts.
Whoa.
I have video of it. Nick was talking about it. He's like, yeah, that didn't help.
Oh.
Like Scott just yanked Nick back.
Yeah, we had some competition. Hey, who said you couldn't?
Scott scratched me too. Everyone's getting yanked.
Oh, I thought that was your lesion was the
Yeah, I've been showing my right nipple a lot on podcasts lately.
Scott scratched you?
Yeah, do you remember that play when we both were just like tumbling at the end of it?
In football?
Yeah, in football.
Tumbling at the end of it? No, I don't
know if you saw it or not, but he just got really into blocking one play. And yeah, I mean, he's got his finger. I mean, this is like, a week old, but just like fingernails all up, like over my shirt.
Wow.
Kind of intense.
It was intense weekend, dude. For some of us, Yeah, we tried to have these plays. I thought they were great. It was a great idea. I tell you about the routes?
I forgot about that because we played you first. First 3 plays of the game. A lot of numbers being called out.
Dude, okay. Listen, I had a good time. It was fun. I had a hard time not being the captain. I think that was half of it for me.
Really?
Was like, I was trying, because on one level, I was like, I'm just going to do whatever Josh wants us to do. But then I was like, we're not really talking any strategy. We're not doing anything. So I was like, well, maybe I'll suggest something here. And so my strategy was just like, hey, let's have 4 different numbers that just represent 4 different routes. That seemed easy to me.
Okay.
Does that seem easy enough to you?
This is kind of, I like this. This is how I think as well.
I think we would have been good on a team together, Jake.
I would have been great with it.
There were 4 different routes. And then
I remember 12 and 30.
Okay, so then the second number is if you're going to actually run the real route, it's an even number. If it's a fake route, it's an odd number.
What's a fake route?
So like let's say down and out, and then fake the down and out, and then go deep would be.
Oh sure.
Okay, so
stop and go.
Down and out is a 2, so it'd be 23 would be stop and go. 22 would be stop. 24 would be stop.
Great.
Make sense?
Great.
Makes sense. You got it?
I think so. If I was a quarterback, I would need like 5 minutes to like, think through all this because I got 4 receivers.
Yeah. So like if you had 15 minutes to prepare for it, do you think that would be?
Yeah, if I was a good enough quarterback, depends what kind of routes my guys are running.
I was thinking just even if you say it to one person, like, hey, 12. Everyone else go deep.
It is nice to know.
And whatever. And we tried it for like 2 plays and it was like, Dad, just go for it. And I was like, okay, no problem. In my head, I was like, we are not going to win without having some kind of brains here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm trying to think of one thing that I really laughed hard, even just thinking about today. So I saw Calvin this morning. The very first night we were there, we get our teams and we're just hanging out. And, this swimming event is like the surprise thing.
Yeah.
And it was always like, we're going to do all these things plus a surprise thing. And the captains were like sworn to secrecy about it. And we're just all sitting around and I just tell Calvin, I was like, Josh told us what the surprise thing was. And like Calvin goes, seriously? I go, yeah, he did. He told us everything.
He told us about all of it.
And and you get in on it, you're like, oh, like you overreacted so hard. Like, no.
What?
And Calvin just completely believed everything.
And you were like being generic, like, yeah, he told us,
He told us,
like, it's going to be tough.
I mean, think about why, that's why Glide, think about it. Like,
I see why he drafted the way he did.
And because Calvin's like, he's going to have to, you guys are going to be disqualified now that you know what it is. And so in my head, I'm like, well, if I could somehow have you be the one to actually tell us and then disqualify your team.
And you were joking around, like not knowing the motion. Like, I mean, it's going to be a lot of,
just what? Right? Like, And eventually, like, I looked over at you and you're trying not to laugh. We just all busted out laughing together. But it was like the easiest thing ever to just convince him that.
Yep. Yeah, he told me. Yeah, he told me all about how, I mean, you have to start fast and finish strong.
Yeah, right. All the things.
Because, I mean, you know what event it is. Right?
So I'm trying to think of other like hilarious things that happen.
The bet was so funny to me. So at any point you're allowed to, like, you earn points by coming in first in this and third in this. You get a certain amount of points and then you can wager them at any point.
Yeah, I tried. We had no points to wager. So
yeah, that was too bad.
I was trying to get so creative with our points. How fast do you think we could do a Main Street Roasters ad?
70 miles an hour.
We're sponsored by Main Street Roasters. You would never know how fast.
Yeah, it's not a convertible.
No, yeah. We have climate controlled. Yeah.
Because the windows are up.
We're sponsored by Main Street Roasters. They're the best coffee that we've ever had, and we want you guys to experience it for yourself at mainstreetroasters.com. You can do a promo code of GRKC for 10% off, and you can order it without even checking your blind spots.
I like that you did a good job there. Too many people in movies and shows, they're driving like this.
Well, in the city. I was on the highway.
In the city. Well, there's a lot of potholes. I'm constantly dodging them.
I was highwaying.
Pothole here, pothole here, pothole here, pothole here.
I'm doing right here. I'm going 9 and 3.
I'll tell you what it looks like I'm doing. Add my own creamer to my Roaster's coffee.
That is maybe.
Straight from the teat.
Yes.
That looks like what I'm doing. I'm also driving down I'm driving to Napanee.
Yes.
I'm going to visit that. Ooh, that's small. This is for the people, new listeners. Small town, local coffee shop, Northern Indiana. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's our sponsor. Yep, we love them. Yep, it's coffee. Stop asking questions. Get the hang of it. Go to their website. Figure it out yourself. Slash will tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good coffee.
It's great coffee.
We had it this weekend with the boys. I brought some to the lake house. It was gone. It started with the full bag and it was gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. And it's just real good. It's, hey, Mother's Day. Oh, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Just thought of that. Mother's Day's coming up. Get your mama some beans.
Mama loves the beans.
You got these beans, mama.
That's right. It's Main Street Roasters, GRKC, 10% off. Go get you some. Anyway.
And at the end of the day, we're pretty much all done with, but we're down on like the pond front,
Yeah.
on the shore there, and we're hitting golf balls into the water and screwing around. And Isaac takes a 4-iron and off the grass, hits it into the wind. I mean, like 220 yards, just pures it.
That's really good time.
Into the pond.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, what a shot. Out of nowhere, Nick goes, dude, I'll bet you the rest of our points.
Nick's on my team. Hadn't won a single thing all day. We had points from me placing in home run derby, Glide getting ping pong, and us getting 5 charity points for taking somebody to the hospital. That was the majority of our points.
I didn't find that out until like 10 p.m. that night, and I was dying laughing. I was like, wait, 5 of your 13 points were taking AJ to the hospital?
Correct. Just like Gunnar being like, hey, I feel bad for you guys. Here's 5 points.
I didn't even realize that. So funny. And so Nick sees Isaac hit the shot of his life. He goes, dude, I'll bet you the rest of our points that I hit my next shot further than yours. We're like, are we understanding you correctly? Yeah. Isaac doesn't have to hit another one?
Yeah.
No, I'll hit it further than Isaac.
I was like,
great.
Whoa.
We're like, Nick's lining up to do it. Brad goes, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on?
That was one of those times where it was like, I'm not the captain. I'm not the captain. But it's like, this is a bad idea, man. Don't do this.
Because I think what was at stake was cleaning up dinner at that point. Like whoever was in last for the weekend would have to clean up dinner. So that's, not a ton at stake.
But at that point,
but that was the difference. We really had nothing to gain by it, but it was still just kind of fun. Like, well, we're not going to lose points.
Yeah.
And so then it starts this debate. Like, Brad's like, what are you offering? Wait, why would you do this? Nick's like, I don't know. Just kind of wanted to do it. Brad's like, no. And then we all talk, and then we decide, all right, we're not doing it. And then we're like, all right, Nick, let's just see what would have happened. He duffs it. And then
didn't he swing and miss the first time he swung?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, I think I had to re-tee it. Caught some grass. And then he slices one a ways. And then we're like, Isaac, all right, now you go again.
Isaac.
Wasn't
a terrible shot not a great shot by Nick, but not like he hit it out there at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Isaac goes again, and then Isaac is the one who really duffs it, like chunks it badly. He goes 10 yards into the water. And then Josh sees that and he goes, you know what? It seems like this is a flip of a coin. I'll do it. You know what? The bet's back on, but you both have to hit a shot from scratch. Like you're both at 0. If you both hit 1, the bet's back on. I shake his hand as quick as I've ever done anything in my life. I said, game on.
And what was I doing, Jake?
I don't know, walking away.
I was just seething.
We all knew how it was going to go.
Come on.
And
It's like,
I
well,
will
we have
say,
no other chance.
oh no, you weren't walking away. You tried your best. So you were like standing really close to Isaac, trying to get in his head, trying to talk to him, like kind of in the danger zone of his backswing, but you're chirping in his ear. And that was a good tactic. I was like, I don't know how Isaac's going to do this. Credit to Isaac. This dude in windy conditions, Brad in his ear, hits a 4-iron 30 yards further than the last one. I've never seen anything like it.
I don't know if Rory McIlroy had a better shot all weekend.
I don't know how he did what he did.
Yeah.
But this thing almost clears this massive pond. I mean, probably 240, 250 yards. And that was really, it's hard for something so impressive to also be funny. Because normally you laugh at someone when they do something poorly.
Yeah.
But it was like, this is so unbeatable.
Yeah.
This is so perfect that we were just dying laughing.
Oh, it was
because this is the
hilarious.
worst bet of all time.
It was unbelievable.
It was so funny. I mean, you kind of had to be there. But yeah, you just imagine like, all right, anybody's game. And then Isaac just peers a 4-iron.
Golf is kind of hilarious like that. Like, it is hilarious when somebody does something so well because you truly never know.
Anything could have happened.
Like in baseball, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. He swung really hard and he hit it. That's crazy. But like,
Yeah, like in basketball, it's not like this could go in. I might shoot it backwards. You know,
Right.
it's relatively
or like, yeah,
standard deviation.
You don't just happen to slam dunk it. It's like that guy had to jump really high to slam dunk it.
Yeah, and that was the plan.
Whereas like the last shot Isaac hit went 20 yards, barely up the whatever, not far at all. And all of a sudden, the next swing, I mean, he just hits it so far.
It was fun. Just boys being boys. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was fun. And then how was your Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, nothing. I not good. I felt terrible all weekend, honestly.
Dang.
Yeah, I just laid in bed trying to get rest. I just didn't sleep well for like 3 days in a row. And so I just like tried to sleep because I was like, once I go home, I can't just be dead. And so I was like trying to find didn't do anything. Why?
I just saw I thought I was the last person to leave. I was helping Calvin clean up everything, and then I saw your truck was still there. I was like, whoa.
I just texted Catherine.
Brad's
I was like,
dead.
Hey, I don't feel good. Do you need me to come home right now or can I rest here a little bit longer? She's like, you can rest.
That's
I was
awesome.
Like, great. So just groaned in bed for 3 hours thinking about my team. And you were so sore.
I was really sore.
I'm so glad that everyone else was sore too.
I was really sore. I haven't really been sore like that in a while.
My hair hurt. And I was like, is this from me being sick or from, I was like, everything hurts. It was amazing.
I couldn't believe how sore my shins were. Like those muscles in the front of your shins. I was like, I guess from swimming.
My quads were really sore. Like
We'll talk about this more on Wednesday, but Timon and I went to a concert together Sunday night and it hurt to clap. I was like, I gotta just
your hands. Yeah.
I gotta show appreciation some other way.
Yeah.
My forearms are sore.
I got home. I think it was that night I got home. Yeah, just wasn't feeling good. Like just have all this congestion and stuff. So Catherine got this thing called a nebulizer. It almost looks like, it's like this little mask that you put on and like
Cool.
helps you.
Like Bane?
Yes. It like sends whatever stuff, air, smoke, whatever. Not smoke, but you know what I'm saying, steam. And Catherine was like, you need to come outside and get some fresh air. And so the kids were outside playing. Catherine like pulls, it's like I looked like an 95-year-old man. Like she had like pulled up a chair for me with my nebulizer next to it. She's like, all right, Dad's going to come out and watch you play.
Oh my gosh.
And I did. I like walked out, like waddled out there, like half dead and just sat there with like this like mask on my face and just like, good job, guys. So it was just like this ridiculous scene. It was like, this is not my best look here.
Be nice to your sister,
Bo, you'll be all right now. So yeah, and then we did have a guy go to the hospital. I think because of the swim. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, there was some
water.
Pre-existing conditions. Unfortunately, this is the guy we knew the least. So kind of a bummer when like the rando has to be sent to the ER. You know, you just feel bad. You're like,
Yeah.
I hope he's okay. I hope he doesn't hate us now, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he's a good dude. Because he was telling me, I was the one who gave him a ride down there, and we were getting to know each other. He's like, so check out my leg. And he's just showing me all the scars from previous surgeries he's had.
He's got like a massive line up his leg.
Yeah. And so he was like, yeah, I have like a lot of blood circulation issues. I can't move super well. I was like, do you know what tomorrow is? He's like, yeah, Will kind of told me, but I think I'm just going to take some blood thinner and we'll just like see how it goes. I was like, all right.
Okay.
And then, yeah, unfortunately.
He did swim well.
He did swim well. First one with his shirt off.
Okay.
I was like, dude, this guy's fired
He's
up.
ready to go.
He's a swimmer. Yeah, had surgery. He's out of the hospital. He's good to go now.
Crazy.
Shout out AJ.
Yeah.
All right. Review of the week. If we want.
Yeah, I do. I got one from Hannah, 2000 Ray, eating dinner in a Buc-ee's parking lot with Brad, Jake, and Timon. It says, let me tell you something about Ghostrunners. This is no mere podcast. It's more like a long-distance friendship with three of the most hilarious, intentional, godly men you'll ever meet.
Well, that's fun.
Nothing exemplifies this fact more than a moment I experienced recently. I was driving back home after a great visit with my parents who live 5 hours away. My heart felt so heavy leaving them, and one or two tears were definitely shed as I drove. I pulled into a Buc-ee's to eat my cold lunchbox dinner, sitting in my car wishing I was having dinner with my family instead. Then before I could even think twice, I said out loud, I know, I'll eat with Jake, Brad, and Timon.
Out loud.
Out loud. I ate the rest of my dinner with a smile on my face. I listened to Brad and Jake riff about their week, and just like that, all the homesick sadness that had been weighing on my chest seemed to be lifted away. This podcast is truly one of the main highlights of my week, as I know it is for so many other ghosties out there as well. I don't think anyone could make everyday stories and experiences more extraordinarily funny or relatable than Brad and Jake, and it's been so cool to see Timon grow into his own unique and hysterical voice in the pod as well. Thank you guys so much for bringing so much joy, wisdom, and laughter to the world. You are using the gifts the Lord has given you in such an impactful way, and I will be forever proud to call myself a ghostie. Here's to many more years of unhinged ad reads, half-baked segments, and Broadway caliber jingles. Love you guys. Hannah.
Well worded at the end. Thanks, Hand Dog.
Hand dog.
Mine says, greetings from Washington. This podcast is amazing. I started listening to you all back on December 23rd of last year. I was having a really rough day because I discovered a dead rat in the dryer vent of my old rental.
A dead rat?
I started with that Monday's episode and then jumped back to listen to the glossary episode.
Great episode.
And I've been hooked ever since. I'm also very thankful for your Christmas episode and encouraging those who were listening on Christmas, because last year was the first time in a couple of years that I didn't have Christmas with my family back in Kentucky. Oh. It's great to have a podcast where the hosts are absolutely hilarious and also willing to talk openly about their walks with Jesus. Brad, Jake, and Timon, thanks for all you do.
That's awesome.
And thanks to you, Devin Nelson.
Devin Nelson, just straight up.
To you and yours. Devin Nelson F, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
That's him, Devin Nelson F.
Or girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Devin.
Timon.
Yeah?
Would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
I can sure try.
It's Timon.
I can sure try.
I can sure try.
I'm going to turn on, I forgot there's a reverb on this thing. I'm going to turn this on and see if that...
Go off, King. On all of our mics?
Oh, yeah. I think it's just mine. Or do you guys want it?
No, I don't need it.
All right. Here goes nothing.
This was written by...
Malachi Tish.
The old Tisher. Tissue. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Dude.
Right there in my range, easily. Yeah.
That was fun. How difficult was that?
Extremely. Yeah, it was very tough. Turn off my reverb here.
It makes sense now. At the beginning, I was like, this is kind of cool. Timon's singing like lower than he normally sings. I see why now.
I'm guessing that's why Adele does it too. Yeah. Man.
I got to start low on that song. That was cool. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Good work, Time.
Thanks.
Great job.
I think for that song, like, it's right in my range where sometimes I can, like, I've sung it better and worse than that, I think. Like, when I try, it's like sometimes I have it. Today, I kind of half did. That was, yeah. It was fun,
blame it on the Quick Trip sausage biscuit. Sausage biscuit. Okay. Any last words, Brad?
No. Yes. Thanks for listening, Ghosties. Love you guys. See ya.
Ghostrunners Podcast. Every Monday morning